So today we're going deep on a couple of these things you've probably seen but maybe haven't fully wrapped your head around.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
Airdrops and coin burning. Two pretty common tactics in the crypto world, but they can be kind of mysterious if you're not already in the know.
Yeah, they definitely have those kind of catchy names. But what are they actually all about?
Well, on the surface, they seem pretty straightforward. Airdrops free, crypto magically appearing in your wallet. Sounds pretty sweet.
Who doesn't love free stuff, right?
Exactly. And then you've got coin burning, which sounds almost like some kind of ritualistic sacrifice, like digitally setting fire to piles of money.
Okay, that definitely got my attention. So what's the method to the madness? What's the point of all this?
That's exactly what we're going to unpack in this deep dive. We'll look at why crypto projects use these strategies, what they're trying to achieve, and maybe uncover some unexpected consequences along the way.
Sounds like a plan. Let's jump in.
All right, let's start with airdrops. So imagine you're a crypto project and you want to get the word out about your new token. You could just, put out a press release or something.
Yeah, pretty standard.
But wouldn't it be way more effective to actually give people a little taste of what you're offering?
Oh, so it's like a free sample, you're saying?
Yeah, like a digital goodie bag. That's essentially what an airdrop is, a marketing strategy where a project distributes some of its tokens to people's crypto wallets.
Uh-huh. Okay, so it's not just random free money raining down from the internet.
Sometimes it is, actually. Sometimes it's completely free, no strings attached. Other times you might have to do a small task to qualify, like retweeting a post or joining a Discord server.
Makes sense. It's all about getting people engaged.
Yeah, right. It's a way for projects, especially newer ones, to get their name out there, boost their visibility, and get their tokens into more hands.
So kind of like planting seeds, hoping they'll sprout into a thriving community.
Exactly. And what's interesting is there are actually several different types of airdrops, each with its own little twist.
Okay, so what are we talking about here?
Well, you've got the most basic one, the standard airdrop. You hear about it, you provide your wallet address, and boom, maybe you get some tokens.
Simple enough. Sounds like it could get pretty chaotic, though.
Yeah, the article mentions that because it's so easy to participate, some people try to game the system. They create tons of different wallets to try and scoop up as many tokens as possible.
Ah, the classic multiple account trick.
Yep. And then there's another type called a bounty airdrop. This is more like a rewards system.
Okay, how does that work?
So instead of just giving tokens away, the project asks you to do specific things to earn them. Things like promoting the project on social media, signing up for their newsletter, or referring friends.
Oh, so it's like incentivizing people to actively help spread the word.
Exactly. You get points for completing tasks, and the more points you rack up, the bigger your airdrop. It's a clever way to leverage community effort.
I can see how that would be effective. So what else is there?
Right, then there are holder airdrops, and this one's kind of interesting. It rewards people who already own a certain amount of a different token.
So if I'm already invested, I get a bonus, basically.
Right, like a loyalty reward. And because all the transactions are recorded on the blockchain, it's very transparent. Everyone can see exactly who got what.
That makes sense.
And finally, you've got the raffle airdrop. This is basically like a lottery system.
So if there's way more interest than tokens to give away, they just pick some winners at random.
Yep. It's a fair way to handle situations where there's a ton of demand. So let's say a project decides to do an airdrop. What does that actually look like from the participants' side?
Yeah, good question. What's the process?
Well, first there's the announcement. The project will spread the word through their website, social media, all the usual channels. Then, if it's a general airdrop, they'll often have some kind of sign-up process where you provide your wallet address, maybe your email too.
So they can actually send you the tokens.
Exactly. For holder airdrops, things are a bit different. They'll take a snapshot of the blockchain at a specific point in time.
A snapshot.
Yeah, like freezing the action and seeing who owns what at that exact moment.
Oh, I see. So only those who hold the qualifying tokens at that snapshot time are eligible.
Exactly. And the article points out that this can actually cause some price volatility around that time.
How so?
Well, think about it. If you know holding a certain token will get you an airdrop, there's a huge incentive to buy it before the snapshot, right?
People would rush to get on the list.
Right. So the price could go up, but then as soon as the snapshot is taken, that incentive is gone, people might start selling, and the price could drop again.
Interesting. So even the anticipation of an airdrop can move the market.
Yep. It can definitely create some ripples. Once the snapshot is done, the distribution usually happens through smart contracts.
Those are those self-executing agreements on the blockchain, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They basically automate the whole process.
Hmm.
The rules of the airdrop are coded into the contract, so everything happens automatically and transparently.
And that's important in the crypto world.
Right.
Trust and transparency.
Absolutely. And then, once the distribution is done, the project will typically announce the transaction blocks on the blockchain so everyone can see the tokens being sent out.
So it's all out in the open.
Exactly. But there's one important thing for recipients to be aware of. You might get the tokens, but they might not show up in your wallet automatically.
Wait, really? How does that work?
Sometimes you need to manually add the token's details to your wallet interface for them to appear.
Ah, okay. So it's not always as simple as just checking your balance.
Right. Now, before we move on, we got to talk about the elephant in the room scams.
Yeah, there are always those trying to take advantage.
The crypto world can be a bit of a wild west, and airdrops, with the promise of free crypto, attract a lot of shady characters.
What are some of the red flags to look out for?
Well, the most important thing to remember is that a legitimate airdrop will never ask you to send them any money. If they're asking for an investment, run the other way.
Got it. So free means free.
Exactly. Then there are things like dusting scams.
Dustin scams.
Yeah, it's weird. You might suddenly receive a tiny, almost insignificant amount of some random cryptocurrency in your wallet.
Okay. What's so bad about that?
Well, sometimes scammers use these tiny deposits to try and link different wallets to the same person.
So they can track your transactions and potentially target you for phishing attacks.
Exactly. But the most common and dangerous type of scam involves phishing websites. These sites are designed to look exactly like legitimate crypto platforms, trying to trick you into connecting your wallet.
So they can steal your private keys.
Yep. Once they have those, they can drain your entire wallet. It's crucial to be super cautious about where you connect your wallet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So any other scams to watch out for?
The article also mentions scams where the promise of a future airdrop is used to pump up the price of some other, often worthless token.
So people buy in hoping to get rich from the airdrop, and then poof, the scammers vanish.
Exactly. It's all smoke and mirrors. So how can people protect themselves?
Well, the best defense is being informed and cautious. First, don't trust any unsolicited crypto deposits.
If it just shows up out of the blue, be very suspicious.
Right. And always do your own research before participating in any airdrop.
Don't just jump in blindly.
Right. Understand the project, check their website, look for red flags, and never connect your wallet to any website you're not absolutely sure about.
And the article had a great tip: bookmark the sites you trust so you don't accidentally go to a fake one.
Yeah, that's a smart move. And verify any airdrop announcements through official channels, the project's verified social media accounts, their website, etc.
Double check everything. And watch
Yeah.
out for fake profiles. Scammers can be very good at mimicking the real deal.
Yeah, unfortunately. And another good piece of advice is to use a separate wallet specifically for airdrops.
Oh, that's smart. It's like having a dedicated email address for all those spammy newsletters.
Exactly. That way, even if something goes wrong, your main crypto holdings are safe.
Great advice. Okay, so the million-dollar question: can you actually make money from airdrops?
Well, technically, yes. You are getting free crypto after all.
But it's not as easy as it sounds,
Yeah.
right?
Often the amount of tokens you get is pretty small.
And there's no guarantee they'll be worth anything.
Exactly. Plus, if a lot of people receive the same airdrop, they might all try to sell their tokens at once, driving the price down.
So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme by any means.
More like a potential bonus if you're already active in the crypto space and you do your due diligence.
Okay, so that's airdrops in a nutshell. Now let's shift gears and talk about something completely different: coin burning.
Yeah, let's set some digital tokens on fire.
Sounds dramatic, right? So coin burning is basically the process of permanently removing a certain amount of cryptocurrency from circulation.
Okay, how do they actually do that?
They send the tokens to a special wallet address that has no known private key.
So no one can access those tokens ever again.
Exactly. They're gone forever, like burning a physical dollar bill.
Okay, I get the analogy. But why would anyone want to destroy their own cryptocurrency?
That's the big question, right?
That seems counterintuitive.
Well, one reason is to try and increase the value of the remaining tokens.
Okay, explain that one to me.
It's based on the principle of supply and demand. If you reduce the supply of something while demand stays the same or increases, the price should go up.
Ah, so it's like creating artificial scarcity.
Exactly. It's a bit like a company buying back its own shares on the stock market.
To reduce the number of shares available and boost the price.
Right. But the article stresses that this is not a guaranteed outcome.
There's no magic formula.
The price of a cryptocurrency depends on a lot of factors, not just the supply.
Yeah, things like market sentiment, overall trends, how useful the token actually is.
Exactly. Coin burning is just one piece of the puzzle. And there's another interesting use for coin burning, something called proof of burn.
Proof of burn, what's that all about?
It's an alternative way for blockchains to secure their network and validate transactions.
Different from the usual proof of work that Bitcoin uses, which consumes a lot of energy.
Exactly. With proof of burn, miners, instead of using massive amounts of electricity, demonstrate their commitment to the network by burning tokens.
So they're essentially sacrificing value to earn the right to mine new blocks and receive rewards.
Right. It's a way to achieve consensus in a potentially more energy efficient way.
Interesting. So in a way, they're betting on the future value of the network by destroying some of their current holdings.
Exactly. It's a kind of economic proof of commitment. And the tokens they burn can be either the native currency of the blockchain itself or even a different cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin.
Oh, wow. So you could actually be burning Bitcoin to secure a completely different blockchain.
Yep. It's all about demonstrating that you have skin in the game.
Makes sense. So whether it's done for price manipulation or as part of a consensus mechanism, the end result is the same: fewer tokens in circulation.
Exactly. And the article even points out that you can actually burn your own crypto if you want to.
Wait, really? Why would I do that?
Maybe you have some tokens you don't want anymore and you want to make sure they're gone for good.
Okay, so it's like digitally shredding your unwanted crypto.
Yep. You just send them to a null address and they're gone forever. Many wallets even have a built-in function to generate these burner addresses.
Huh, interesting. I never knew that. So to sum it all up, coin burning is basically about reducing the supply of tokens. Sometimes it's done to try and increase the value of the remaining tokens, and sometimes it's used in these proof of burn consensus mechanisms.
Right. It's a tool with multiple applications, but it's not without its controversies.
Yes, some people see it as a form of market manipulation, even if it's presented as beneficial for the community.
It's definitely a complex issue. Okay, so we've now covered both airdrops and coin burning. Airdrops a way to distribute tokens, raise awareness, and build community, but also with the potential for scams and uncertain financial returns.
Right, it's a mixed bag.
And then coin burning a way to reduce token supply, potentially increase value, and even play a role in blockchain security, but also with its own ethical considerations and no guarantees of success.
Both fascinating and a bit controversial.
Exactly. And both highlighting the ever-evolving and innovative nature of the crypto space.
It's a wild ride, for sure.
So for you, the listener, as you encounter these strategies in the crypto world, take a moment to consider their implications.
Are they contributing to real value and utility?
Or are they just creating hype and artificial scarcity?
And how do these practices ultimately impact the trust and stability of the broader financial system?
Lots of food for thought there.
The crypto world is full of interesting dilemmas.
Well, we hope this deep dive has given you a better understanding of airdrops and coin burning.
Two important pieces of the crypto puzzle.
Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and stay curious about this fascinating and constantly changing world.
It's an exciting time to be following all of this.
That's for sure. Thanks for joining us.
Until next time.